Woo! Welcome to B-Side. Another week of fuckness.
Yes, welcome.
Sadly, Fabrice's not there. He's in the baby shower. I hope he's not his baby because I don't even know.
We stole that key though.
Yeah, we stole his house. Thank you again. But we have a great replacement and our first guest, Blake. Mr. Blake.
What's up, buds?
How you doing, my man?
Chilling.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I know it's a pain in the ass to come from Montreal.
It's not so bad.
Oh, it's not so bad?
It's not so bad.
Because I know the bridge is always closing on freaking weekends.
Where do you, what part of Montreal you come from?
We're done.
We're done?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that far.
The Redumps.
No, so.
Shit.
No, it's not Redumps.
Oh, they've been reacting that
beautiful
place.
place.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
place. I love it.
Yeah, so Blake, let know who you are to the people.
So recently I just became a personal trainer. I train out of Cisco Gym on DeCarry Boulevard in Montreal.
Congrats.
Thank you. I like talking about anything. Love learning. Tall black dude, pretty much it.
Recipe for success.
Yo, so this week, the news for me was, well, for all of us, I think was slow. We had so much stuff to do, whatever, but we'll try to figure.
We still got you, world. Don't worry about it. We got you.
But the only thing I do want to say is congratulations to David Banner with his Godbox album. Holy shit.
What was the name of the album?
Godbox.
Godbox.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. I was surprised because usually I'm not the biggest fan of David Banner, honestly.
He's a great producer, but on the rap thing, I feel what you're saying.
I'm okay with him, except Like a Pimp. Like a Pimp is a classic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it classic?
Yeah.
It's a classic up to this day. This joint comes up, man.
This shit is timeless, yo.
The place lights up.
But after that, I know he's a smart brother. He done a lot of things behind the scenes. That's why the music is not always there. But he's making a lot of money behind the scenes, and he's giving great examples. You know, you don't need to be always in front of cameras to do whatever. And now he's more political than ever.
Yeah. Well, he's always been political.
But I feel,
but he used to sell the tapes in the back of his car and live like moving state to state in the States, everything in the US, whatever.
I mean, I think
he's been working hard, so but you know he's engaged now.
I think that his power comes from his beard. Since his beard turned white, shit.
He gained some wisdom.
He gained some wisdom. Yo, shit.
Super Saiyan level.
I can't wait till my beard turn white.
This nigga used my joke I said before we started filming. I said that.
Fighter. Sound bites.
Oh shit. So yeah,
I never heard you say that, Jordan.
Yo, shut up. You just said I'm
I know what I'm saying.
What the fuck is he saying?
What the fuck is he saying, dog? Yo, he's a hater, dog. What the fuck is he saying?
Trying to steal the shine.
Yo.
Stay behind the camera, Jordan.
One thing again that's petty. I want to talk about pettiness because I'm always.
You gonna talk about yourself?
Yes, but no. But 50 Cent again.
Oh shit.
Thank you very much, man. Your Instagram's awesome. He has 4 months left to pay for child support. And he put a graduation picture of an old man saying, I finished paying the child support.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, it's funny. You put a video of like a guy jumping out, getting jumped in a car too, and just getting beat by 2 cops. And the guy makes it into his car and just speeds the fuck off. And 50 said it was him. I'm not too convinced.
No, it's not him.
I don't think it was him.
No.
But the video's still dope though. You see that guy also like way out of 2 cops, fucking jaws, and just runs away. Some GTA shit. I think 50 could do it. He's in shape enough. So what do you?
Yeah, but I don't think if he was getting beat by cops, yeah, it's too rich, and TMZ would be all over that shit.
But he had that picture with him and his leg burning and everything still. But he's a
man.
petty ass dude. Let's be real. So
I love 50 for your pettiness. I know you're going to stay single all your life, but your pettiness, thank you, man. So let's switch topics.
Manchester bombing. Oh man.
At the Ariana Grande's
Concert. I know that was messed up, but I mean.
that's crazy, yo. When you have a kid and it's maybe the last time you saw him because he went to a concert with Ariana Grande and they died because of an idiot. That is crazy, yo. I don't know.
More than one. It's a network apparently.
Yeah.
There's one guy that blew himself up, but there's other people that were linked and getting arrested at the moment.
Yeah, right now.
Big network. Well, big network.
Well,
bigger network than what we're used to in recent times.
I don't know what's happening right now in this world. I mean, it was always bad. Let's just say
But they're bombing the shit out of the countries, man. I mean,
yeah, but
it's action reaction. If you ask me, it's sad. But it's sad that lives have to be lost.
I mean, you got to think about it in this respect, where if people were coming over here on this side of the world and bombing the shit out of us, that we didn't know, you know, planes are just flying overhead, just throwing down grenades and all this kind of stuff. And you can make any kind of argument for it that you want, but the fact of the matter is that 98% of us have never seen that part of the world.
No,
we
live in a comfort bubble.
We only judge the person that does that.
A lot of us don't have first world experience when we're talking about that part of the world, so we're completely at the feet of the politicians saying whatever they're going to say and do whatever they're going to do. But you got to think at some point, to have so many people, or to have so many instances where these people are willing to, one, give their lives, and two, create such a distortion in the Western world or whatever, like Europe, first world, whatever.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that's going on over there that we're just not aware of. Because you can have arguments among countries, among cultures, and all this kind of stuff, but to the point to where you're having 15, 20-year-olds literally just say, like, you know, fuck this world, fuck everything, fuck what they stand for, I'm just gonna run in there and blow the shit out of people. I have no fucking clue who they are.
Now, okay, I totally agree with what you're saying, honestly. I do, but I always look at the two sides of the medal, right? Thing is this, there's a lot of countries in the Arabic country, they are the human peanuts right now, I understand that. But the thing is, when you see 15-year-old or 20-year-old, don't you think that it's not, I won't call it brainwashed because they're aware of what's happening, but at the same time, don't you think that they can actually do something else to be more, so people can be more aware? Because the only thing that's happening is that they're putting bad names in their country even more now, you know?
Well, it's a minority of these groups, refugees, whatever you want to call it, people who've grown up with Arabic family, whatever, the connection. It's only a small fragment of that whole group doing all these things. They're horrible. But think about it too, the flip side, like you were saying earlier, like, let's say they want to kill one terrorist, but they go send a drone and take out the whole family, you know? Yeah. And they grow up with stories like that. It feeds into a narrative that is just gonna feed and make the terrorists whatever stronger.
Don't get me wrong. The United States has a lot of blood in their hands, and I'm not talking about
not just the US,
but every country that's lying or whatever, right? Every country has blood in their hands. But the thing is like, I understand that, but the thing is, right now, if that happens in Manchester, it doesn't help the case of any Syrian.
No, I get that.
No,
But terrorism, sorry.
What we're saying is that, like, when a person of Muslim faith does something like this, it hurts all the other people in the Muslim community that live in that area.
Because to me, they're one of the most peaceful people.
Yeah.
To me, they are the most peaceful people. I never had really a bad...
It depends. I mean, the Middle East has been very tribally divided. There's been a lot of infighting, but that was before everything. Mm-hmm. They're an older culture than everything that's going on over here. It's messed up. Like, just the fact that the Western world wants to go over there to influence when they're just such a young nation or whatever compared to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Me, it just it fucks up my mind, to be honest, sometimes. But it is what it is. But terrorism, I think, is, like 20th century, the main issue was social issues. Terrorism is the main issue of the century we live in. Personally, the way I see it, you have a bunch of people like rednecks in the Middle East. They have nothing to believe in. Their countries are done. Like, the only people doing things for them are, like, the people who are gonna pay you, make you feed your family, are these terrorists sometimes. And you go work for them.
I think even on a grander scale, what we're starting to see now is the fact that we are so interconnected as people and different tribes of people who are coming together and actually understanding that there are actual people over there who exist. Mm-hmm. Because you think about like even up until like the 2000s, like the social interactions online were not as diverse as they are right now. We would not be able to have like intellectual conversations with people from across the planet at the rate and have the ability to like crosshair ideas that we do today. And the problem, what we still have is we have a system that is set up the old way, where what I say about them is what you need to believe because you and me
are the same people,
look the same or live in the same area.
Information is spreading out so much quicker than you can control that.
Whereas now you have situations where it's like you have people who are having like huge summits over on the other side of the planet that people are able to tune into, sit down and watch. I mean, like Snowden had a whole conference here, I think it was like something like February or March that my boy went to, and Snowden's in Russia. Like he's in a country where like we're not even supposed to be friends with them, but he's sitting there talking to.
Go say that to Trump. You know, administration. But sorry, I had to drop that in there.
But he's talking to hundreds of thousands of people about the state of the world that we don't know about. It's I think it's a thing where our minds are expanding to have to understand that there are a lot more things that we need to take into consideration before making these brash ideas about like if we don't like somebody or we fear somebody, we just gotta nuke them and just get rid of the problem.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's all miscommunication. We're all humans, and
that's it.
This is like the best and worst time to be alive. That's why I see it. We have so much opportunity to create greatness right now with technology and the connectivity of all the humans together on this planet. At the same time, though, there's some fucked up shit going on. You know, it's a weird balance.
I really believe that aliens will come down.
I hope so. We might unite if that shit happens.
I don't think aliens are gonna give a shit about us.
I think they know if they already don't give a shit.
I think they got way bigger things to care about than watch about a bunch of monkeys throw a bunch of sticks and rocks at each other.
That's what I'm saying. So they come down and be like, yo, let's pressure wash that shit, and then let's restart. Yo, that's how I think. But whatever, man. hey, I'm just a monkey throw rocks too. So next up, what's up?
Well, I mean, we had Trump on that list. I mean, we did talk briefly about
Trump.
But that gangster Trump, you see that video where he just shoves his way to the front of a picture? That guy has no manners whatsoever. He's like an 8-year-old child at the head of the strongest, entre guillemets, apostrophes, whatever, because this is English, right? He's leading the strongest country and acting like a fucking 15 years old.
I don't think he's the strongest country anymore. I mean, come on. If you can vote for someone like that who doesn't...
Well, the US has the strongest military force in the world.
Yeah,
by far.
Yeah.
And if we talk about military, of course.
Yeah.
Nobody can fuck with United States. That's why nobody's trying to take over right now.
Nah.
I think right now, United States.
Russia's trying to take over. I beg your pardon. Russia's trying real hard not to take over, but at least make people lose faith even more in their system.
Yeah, of course. And it's actually working.
It is working.
It is
greatly, awesomely. Putin is there in Russia, like rubbing his two hands right now, watching everything unfold according to plan perfectly. It's messed up, man.
It's working.
KGB agent.
But right now, mentally, I think United States right now, we look at them as jokes, even though we shouldn't because of their military. But right now, it's like I think the country within is falling because there's so much stuff happening and. Like every great empire, it needs to fall one day in the United States. I think it's next, in my mind.
I think it started.
Yeah.
Ever since it started the 2001 invasions after September 11th, I think that was it. It showed the world that they're weak enough to get attacked on a very large scale. And they've been stuck in a big mess ever since. They'll never get their way out of this.
But don't you think 2001 is an inside job, so they could?
Oh, that's a whole other discussion. But that's shit.
Man,
that's I mean.
I'm just saying. I live that here, and then you talk.
You open that box, dude. You open that box.
I mean, I think the biggest problem. I mean, yes. I mean, I'll honestly think it's a little bit of an inside job, just because some things don't really make sense.
Like that building that fell by itself.
Well, I mean, there was a jet that there wasn't a jet, and then there was a thing that was a thing.
And they proved that these columns can't really melt with just jet fuel.
Well, yeah.
Apparently, because I'm not a scientist, but a lot of people say
a lot of people take some vacation time that day, and
there's a lot of stuff. But I think
it's some shady shit.
But I think what the major point is to be made, I think, is that people have lost faith in just kind of listening to other people in power believing that they have their best interest at heart.
They lost faith in the government. Yeah,
That's how Trump got elected, though.
Pretty much.
That's how that French dude Macron got elected too. I mean, this is why things are moving on a political scale.
To be honest, I mean, let's face it, the DNC in themselves kind of got Trump in straight up.
Yeah.
By not pushing for that, what's it?
Well, because there's the Bernie thing also. Like, I mean, they should have got Bernie in, but that's a whole other plane of existence.
Yeah,
exactly. But the major issue that you really have with that whole thing is that they fucked around in the democratic process, which they're not supposed to do because they're the Democratic Party. That's the first part. And then the second part is that there's this whole social justice thing that's going on right now on the Democratic side of things, or whatever, the liberal side, that is very weird. Like, you need to follow us and listen to us. It's like there's been like this whole bit of flip flop that's happened in North America where it's like the liberals are now even more conservative than the conservatives.
Yeah,
like more anal about things, or more direct. Like,
you have to have the correct terminology. You have to talk about things a certain way. You can't bring things up. You can't talk about certain situations because it's just not.
But I think the Democrats try to follow the masses. I think because our society now is too PC. So
that's it.
We don't say what we feel.
That's it.
We're being like...
We don't keep it real.
We don't keep it real. So
it's a society of not looking real.
Exactly. So I think Democrats try to follow that route until Donald Trump came and said what he felt, what he experienced, I don't know, whatever. And then people were more...
attracted to authenticity.
Because on the same side, you had Hillary Clinton, who was here, who pretty much everybody looked at her like a robot.
Yeah.
Scares me.
She's a robot. She looks like she's made of metal, man. She moves like
everyone looked like she has no personality. She has no this. Like she's
super qualified.
She may be super that's it. She may be super qualified, but it's like, let's face it. The president is not a person who really does anything.
No.
On the usual, he or she will not do anything. True. They will let everybody else around them make all the decisions, and they'll just kind of be the guy who walks up to the podium and says, so this is what we're going to do.
True.
So I understand what you're saying. But now, United States, you think Donald Trump would be impeached before his 4 years?
I probably think so.
You think so?
I think it's going a little too far. I think he's got too many guys who are... I think he's got too many dudes in his ear who are taking this opportunity to... do a lot of shady shit as far as removing, something like $11.2 billion from healthcare?
Yeah.
Something like that?
From educational funding, a lot of stuff like that.
They shut down Planned Parenthood. They were they're getting rid of, food stamps and like government assistance.
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels is getting, like, as people who pay tax, and this is the thing that I never understood as being a Canadian and being someone who lives in a semi-socialist society. Mm-hmm. The one thing about my boys who live in the States always say is like, yeah, we all pay so many taxes. So many taxes. It's like, yeah, but it's like, let's put it this way. If you lived in a house and you didn't pay rent to live in that house, the people who pay rent to live in that house could kick you out anytime they want, and they don't have to listen to a fucking word you say.
True.
So if you're paying taxes, that's your right to live in that country. That's your right. What you vote for, you're paying your way to vote. And a lot of people will think like, well, I grew up here, I was born here. Yeah, so were a lot of people. But if you're not willing to pay in and make sure that the system runs the way that you need it to run for you, you're at the mercy of the people who are going to pay for it. And I think that's what the States is starting to realize now, because now you have corporations who pay for everything.
Yeah, they pay all
schools,
the lawmakers.
They pay healthcare.
That was the plan, though.
That's it. But that's how they trick people into believing that this whole ideal of you having to pay taxes and doing all this kind of stuff was a good idea. It's like, you need to pay taxes so that the government has money so that they can incite laws and make sure that these corporations who have no legal obligation to you, they're there to make money. That's their only purpose. So they're doing their purpose. But for you you need to make sure your government is funded through your tax dollars so that they can be like, fuck you, you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here.
Mm-hmm. But I heard there's a city in Seattle, I think, I forgot, where a CEO can only get 3 times the salary of the lowest paid employee in his company. Okay. You know, like ideas like that, I think is what people need. But to come back to the original subject, I don't think Trump is getting impeached.
I think,
to be honest,
another question then.
I don't think so. Sadly, but I don't think so.
You think it would be fair? Because I feel like if you voted for a guy to be in the presidency or dumb enough to vote for this guy, do you think they should swallow the pills and move on for 4 years? Or if you get impeached, how's the
democracy? If he's doing a good job, keep him.
Well, no, because look, more people, like average people voted for Hillary, but the electoral state, like the colleges, whatever, that was what pushed Trump over the edge. Yeah, so because...
Just like Bush.
The second term with whoever, I think it's Gore.
Let's just hope, like I always say, I hope Bernie is still alive when Trump's run is over.
Bernie's 150 years old, man. Come on, man.
I hope he lives till he's 200.
We gotta clone him or something.
Please keep him alive. You can keep the Rothschilds alive. You can keep
Bernie for real.
No, for real. He planted the seed of change. To be honest, even if he lost, I feel he did a great job with what he did. He exposed a lot. I mean,
the problem with
woke a lot of people. He lit up that little light in people's mind that, you know, maybe everything going on right now is not that fine. I think he did a pretty good job.
The thing with the states is that I feel like maybe I would say it's not 50-50 in the states in terms of blue states and red states. It's like 70. It's like 60-40. I feel like there's that middle of America that's all red states. They don't like they don't. A lot of them might not have liked Trump, but they really don't like Bernie because of his socialist views.
Well, they didn't like Hillary because Hillary was talking to the masses in the big cities and had the idea where everybody who lives.
Bernie will talk to those people, but they don't like his message because it's not like that really like that. Those core values that America is.
But I find that funny because the dude's from Vermont. Like, he's from a farm state.
Exactly.
So it's like, he knows what you need.
Exactly.
Yeah, but guess what? You know about it, but that doesn't mean no. A lot of people doesn't care.
For sure.
A lot of people are, like, in the government, people doesn't really give a fuck. The thing is that they watch who's more charismatic and they go with that person. They don't know what their true value is.
They want to keep their jobs, what they want. They want to back the horse that's going to win so they know they got a job for 4 years.
But you telling me that this fucktard hillbilly bumblefucks people cared about what's up? They didn't care. They just wanted to vote because they wanted some change. Because they feel like Donald Trump talked to them more than anyone else ever in their existence, right?
Well, that's it.
So that's what I'm saying. So
not more than Obama. Come on. Obama had one of the highest approval rates in the beginning and the end of his presidency.
Yeah, because there's a lot more immigrants that were talking.
So that was a win that changed. They went polar opposites. But anyways, sorry. Because my man Obama, I have to.
They maybe took 2 steps forward, but 10 steps back with Donald Trump. But I don't think he should be impeached, in my personal view.
Why not?
Because he won. He won.
Yeah, but it's kind of like saying, if you hire someone for a job and you think they're going to do a good job and then they start doing a really bad job,
but is it really?
It's a really bad job.
I understand what you're saying, but is it really? First of all, I want Donald Trump to stay because I think for the first time, not done because of my pettiness or anything. I think for the first time in a long time, I see people rally together.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
Polarizing.
Because I think Obama, when he was in power, people were sleeping. They were saying, everything will be alright. Until the end, and then boom, now people are waking up.
I mean, we even had that here with Harper. When Harper was starting to do it, he's trying to get Canada into NAFTA, and he tried to put in like all these things where we were going to sell all our natural resources for like dirt cheap, so that the states were happy and all these other people were happy. But he was selling Canada down the fucking river, and then that's why Trudeau got in, because he was like, no, I'm about the people. I'm about people who don't get a say. Like, I'm about people who do things. Now, Trudeau may not be the greatest politician in the world, but
he's a great PR guy.
He's a good activist.
He's a damn good PR guy. It's kind of like when you see a guy win the prime minister and then he walks into the metro and he's like, thank you Thank you.
The guy's awesome, for real. And the image, the cabinet he came out with.
I mean, I guess that's cool. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. Like you see him running. Like he's in Montreal sometimes. He's in Ottawa. Like you see the man, so he's good at that.
Yeah, people can touch him, so you know, it helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No, sure. Like I said, I don't think he should be impeached. I think people should stick it for 4 years and try to find a solution for the next electoral whatever campaign in the 4 years, because he won in my mind.
But this should send him to the moon. He's working. I mean, allegedly, he's trying to build channels, like private channels between him and Russia, his team in Russia. Russia being the oldest enemy, like of the States.
The Western world.
How the fuck are they standing for that? Like, no lie, I don't like taking that route. But if Obama did like 1/10 of what the fuck he did,
They would have got him out.
he would be impeached like at the moment.
They would have threw him in jail.
In jail. Like, I don't like playing that card, but that's some fucked up shit, bro. No lie, I had to say that.
I'm just saying, but in my
It's
personal
fucked
view,
up, man.
I want to see United States go to a personal law.
Oh, so
They're there now. They're right there now.
I want them to go to the bay. I want to go there. I want to see it burn so that people can realize how they fucked up.
I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, when they go into that low, people's lives are getting ruined, and school funding is leaving, so kids have less education.
And even more than that, like the biggest issue is that when it goes down, those people who really need the inside change are not going to be affected. That's the problem. The people with the money are not. It doesn't change their life. Who it affects are low-income families, immigrant families, middle-class families who
everybody except that 1%.
Like exactly, like the 1 and 2% are going to be fine. So even the top 10% will be perfectly okay.
So to me, then the low incomes and the middle families should come together and find a solution.
But the problem is that how do you do that when half your people are considered immigrants, so they don't get the right to vote? The other half are being propagated as criminals, drug dealers, thugs, gangsters, so they're not going to get the right to vote, and they're not going to get the education to do so.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
And a lot of them too, actually.
Like if I don't teach you how to cook, and I throw food in there and I say go make me something, you're going to look at me like I'm an idiot. You're not gonna know what the fuck's going on. That's the problem. The education part is the key part, and if he's gonna remove that,
but the thing is that this year a lot of people did not vote, and I'm talking about immigrants. The same immigrant that voted for Obama in the second year term, they voted the second time.
That's right.
So meaning that at the end they ate their own poison.
For sure. But
so,
see, here's even a funnier thing. Because here in Canada, we have a system where it's like we have more than one party.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We have more people who you can vote for.
Yeah.
In the States, you have 1 or 2 people basically who you can vote for and that's it. So it's like, if I don't like you and I don't like you, I'm fucked. There's no one else I can vote for. And that's the whole thing with the DNC, because it's like, people voted for Bernie. People wanted Bernie to be their spokesperson. And then they said, no, Hillary won. Well, now all those people are fucked. Because they're like, I don't want Hillary voted. I wanted Bernie. And now you're not giving me Bernie, even though the majority of us said Bernie. So what are we supposed to vote for now?
And immigrants didn't trust Hillary or Clinton.
That's right.
That's the feel like Hillary's super crooked.
Did you watch her thing when she went to the black colleges? Did you listen to this woman talk?
She's a robot.
It's not even a robot. All of a sudden, she had a southern accent.
Oh shit!
And she was talking about food and all this other kind of stuff. And I was like,
house shot hot sauce.
Trying too hard.
Sweetheart.
And dabbing and.
I was like, sweetheart.
The mini rock.
Forgot that.
The mini rock.
Oh no.
But I was like, you are in front of some of the smartest African Americans in North America.
And you go clown around like a monkey.
And you're talking about grits and stuff like that is the most important thing on these people's minds. Like, you are crazy. You had an opportunity to talk to some of the most intellectually African American set people we have.
Yeah.
You could have done integrate to make sure that there's like a standard deviation of people so that we can assure that people of minorities can come in and we're not stuck with just like having these people have to jump through hoops to get to the same position. Could have done something like that.
Yeah.
She didn't say a goddamn thing even close to that. She talked about food, grits, and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, she was probably trying to go the Trump route if you asked me.
But Trump would have just been like, you know what, Trump
said it. Trump said it to black people. He was like, what do you have to lose?
Exactly.
That's what he said.
Trump literally in like 15 words summed it up. He was like, do you really think you're going to be any worse off with me in there?
That's it.
Like, let's be honest. Do you really think it's going to get worse?
Yeah, what he said is like, you guys have bad schools, all this. He said he said the truth that people didn't want to hear, but then what he said, his answer was, pick me, not her, because I'll give you all these things, even though he wasn't. But people that resonated more than Hillary going to people and talking about grits and all that.
Because he kept it real. I mean, that's the thing with Trump.
And to go back to your previous point, I think that's what's happening right now is that people used to be like 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe even the 80s. People were all about the flash.
Yeah.
People wanted you to promise them a better life, more stuff, big house, 2 cars, 2
promising
children,
promising the sky and get.
That's it.
But you couldn't follow that person on Instagram though after to check up on her. Exactly. That's the thing though with technology.
But now I think people are more about show me factual evidence. Just show me shit. Show me what actually is gonna go down. Let's get with that. Let's talk about that and see what happens.
But I'm not gonna continue talking about that. But the thing is that with all these fake news allegations,
it's the most brilliant.
Yeah, I think it is. I think
it's one of those brilliant things he's ever done.
What's happening? Because even CNN sometimes, or Fox, or this or that, you watch the news and you like. People want to put so much thing first that they forget that they went to school for journalism, right?
For sure.
So I feel like, what can you do about that?
What happens is you do shit like this. You do podcasts because now this is what people look to get actual, real information.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like you look at critical thinking too. I think that's one of the main skills we have to develop because the knowledge is out there. You just have to sort it out. There's just so much right now. It's hard to get the clear picture for you.
The biggest problem we have is filters. We always, growing up, like we had, like back in like, the times of when like journalism was really journalism, people used to watch news because they'd get like that real thing. But ever since corporations and stuff move in and start taking over this stuff where they control what gets put out there, we've been kind of like shaded to see what exactly. I mean, there's Guardian. There's still a lot of people who do put out like proof, like factual stuff.
To me, like the Young Turks or Vice News.
Exactly. Like you still have people who are raw, but the thing is that what's most important is that the dialogue no longer gets fed through them. We now have an ability. People have an ability as a whole to have a dialogue and have that dialogue heard by other people. Yeah. I don't know if you heard of that Toronto guy, the Toronto professor of psychology who got shit for like saying like I am not going to refer to people like the LGBTQ to whatever sexual orientation. Like that dude. Like that dude is setting the precedence for we need to stop bullshitting about worrying about everybody's feelings and just be respectful to respecting other people as people. As human beings,
and not caring about the
and
rest.
move forward from that point on.
Keep it simple.
Whatever you do in your bedroom, or however you want to dress, or whoever you want to do,
it doesn't matter.
That's not important.
That's what I've been saying for years. I don't care if you come out the closet. What the hell is it going to do for me? Nothing.
You want to wear a dress? You want to wear a dress? I am happy for you.
Yes.
You want to wear heels? I am happy for you. Even all that stuff where they keep talking about what's that gay rapper or whatever? He's got the red cornrows.
Max B? No.
Max B.
Who?
Max B is a gay.
Lil
Yachty?
But he's a gay rapper.
Yachty maybe?
Lil Yachty with the red the beads in them?
I don't think he's gay. One of them was like wearing like a shirt.
Lil Uzi Vert.
I don't think he's gay.
Oh, whatever. But even
that,
like for the first like 3 weeks of him wearing that thing, all I heard was, "Oh man, I think he's gay. He's gay." Does it really even fucking matter? No. Does it matter? I don't give a shit if he doesn't do it in the ass. It's none of my fucking business. Does he make good music? Good, great. Let's move on from this.
That's what I'm saying now because I feel like when I hear stuff, even in podcasts and news and that, I don't see the realness anymore. I don't see the
podcasts.
You know what it is?
Well, some of them.
If you look at one of the most watched news networks, CNN, okay. A couple years, maybe 3 or 4 years back, they replaced their producer, with another producer. He was the producer of a Desperate Housewives show, one of those type of shows. If you look at CNN now to where it was 5 years ago, a lot of the content is one newscaster, 4 panels, and people arguing and yelling at each other.
That's
because
it.
people like to see gossip and they see drama.
That's it.
And what that producer does is he gets those people in and it creates views because they need to get views. That's what it is.
But that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. So that's why the alternative way to get your news now is that you go on Facebook, you see posts from The Guardian that are like a minute long, or you go on YouTube and watch TYT, whatever it is.
Yeah, there's pretty much a lot of outlets out there.
But a lot of that middle America, that middle class white Ohio family, what they're watching is Fox and CNN, which is all panels and all that stuff. Yeah. That's what all they see. So they don't get real facts. What they get is people yelling, and then the person that yells the loudest goes with their view they like.
It.
And
that's why I miss people like, you can say anything I want, but Billy O'Reilly's are the people that really, they are racist.
Fuck Bill O'Reilly.
He's really racist.
He's
really racist, but the thing is,
he knew how to catch his audience.
Catch his audience and say how he felt. So when there's guests and everything that went to his show, they talk about real shit.
I fuck with Letterman. Letterman's my dude.
Letterman is a great interviewer.
Looks like a fraud man with his big ass glasses and
he's great.
That raspy voice.
That's one of the best.
He's hilarious.
He's one of the best, right?
Awesome.
But that's the thing with the fake news and everything, and people that are becoming PC, trying not to hurt nobody. Even comedians, when they say their jokes, they need to apologize for it. I'm sick of tired of that shit because people need to stop being so goddamn sensitive. God damn, man. Come on, man.
But it's a slow silencing of like original thought. It's like, you can't say this, you won't say that. If you say this, you're racist. If you say this, you're a bigot. If you say this, you're sexist.
You're homophobic.
Well, that's why I think the internet is so great. It's so free and open. They'll never be able to regulate the whole internet. I think a big part of the freedom of thought of human beings will come through an internet-like network that's gonna unite everybody to some extent, some level. Because on some level, like, internet could be considered like a hive mind. That's the way I see it nowadays, almost.
Oh, for sure it is.
Everybody's connected through that, and we're almost,
the biggest collection of data in existence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. On some level, I think every human is connected, energy-wise, but I think this is physically...
We've created our connection.
Creating that web that's gonna allow us to work better together, but it's a process. I think. I hope it works out.
You know what I really miss? The internet is fun and all that crap, but the thing is that there's so many keyboard warriors. What I do miss is this conversation faces to face. Honestly. We can talk about internet all goddamn freaking day, but the thing is, the only thing I see is a lot of keyboard warriors. But as soon as you see them in the streets or anything like that, well, I'm an open-minded guy. I'm a free thinker. I'm this, I'm that. I'm not saying anything.
That voice.
But it's I know, but it's fucked up. But the thing is that I really miss those face-to-face conversation and not being scared of saying what you feel, and like I feel like there's a lot of things missing now because I think we're zombies in the front of the screen. We're
evolving in a sad way.
We're becoming robots. It's
part of the process. That's why I see it. And one day we'll develop AI and it's gonna take us all out.
probably be cyborgs.
Just like that movie Covenant.
We're all gonna plug in soon. So.
For real though.
I won't even be able to have sex normally because I need to charge my battery with something on my ass.
Maybe you'll go for hours and hours though. Maybe you'll fuck for like a full day, man. Who knows?
So let's switch discussion. Fuck all that, yo.
What's next? LeVar
Ball. Because we talked at the beginning. Before
this is just gonna end badly.
I feel like
it's just gonna end terribly.
I feel like LeVar Ball is awesome. I think he's
LeVar Ball is the dad, just to get it.
Yeah, he's the dad.
Because I always thought it was the son. To be honest, but okay, I just understood that today. Something Ball.
See, that's the problem. That's the issue. That's what I'm saying. The issue.
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo, yes,
yeah, that's my issue. You don't even know the son's name, and he's the guy playing basketball. All you know is LeVar Ball wants to sell $400 shoes that look like a shitty knockoff of Kobe's.
Okay, that's fine. But guess what? He's making that guap.
Money
that's
he might make that guap.
No, he's selling a lot of shoes right now, actually.
Yeah. Are you for real?
Yeah.
He'll sell those shoes for like up until his son gets drafted, and when his son doesn't do shit because.
But let's look at the switch side. If his son goes to the series this year, he's gonna sell a lot more.
Let me ask you a question: if your dad started a shoe company and was making $400 some odd off those pair of shoes, and then Nike came along and said, "We will give you $120 million to put these shoes on," you are gonna say, "Dad, I'm sorry, but I'm putting those shoes on." That's what's gonna happen. If you get big enough, somebody else is gonna come in and swoop that whole deal up.
That's money.
Let's just stop it first. What I wanted to say, I forgot my point, but fuck it. Look, LeVar Ball, what he did is bet on his son. I'm not saying, I think LeVar Ball is too, like I said, it's too intense.
Would you say bet on his son or he's pimping his son?
Both.
Because for me,
guess
there's
what?
a differentiation.
Guess what? We can say a lot of things, but the thing is, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes with his son. So I can judge on that, right? But what I'm seeing is a father that's passionate, and also he wants to see his son win, right? So to all these points, his three sons are playing great basketball right now. I don't know what's happening at home. Maybe every day he's getting his ass whipped by his dad just to make him, you better shut the fuck up and let me talk in front of everyone. But guess what? Right now he's betting on his son. Now, imagine, because I heard a lot of people say this and I agree with them, imagine LeBron James not signing with Nike or anything like that and making his own shoes.
Wouldn't be half as big as he is.
Don't you think so?
Nope.
Don't you think so?
Not even close.
Playing that well right now. That LeBron James 3-7 sperm, that nigga is playing right now. His best series of his life. Having his own shoes, don't you think he's gonna make 100%?
You wanna know why?
Why?
Because who do you think pays for all that specialty training he gets done? Who do you think pays for the masseuses and the acupuncturists and the mental coaches and all that kind of stuff? Where do you think the money comes from? It comes from putting on those shoes. And that kind of money does not come when you try to start your own shoe company.
With the talent he had, though.
Does anybody remember And One?
Yes.
Do you remember how long And One lasted for?
And One was awesome.
4 or 5 years, and then Nike was like, "You're out of this fucking league. Get out."
But don't you think he would have changed the game?
No.
Like putting him, like, imagine he's getting paid $20 million a year, right?
See, I never heard of Adam One, so that's first.
You never heard what? And one mixtapes. What?
Yo,
sorry,
he's young.
But you're young too.
Come on.
How old are you, Jordan?
I was our time.
Don't say it. Oh shit.
That was our time. Remember, they used to have games that you wanted.
Street ball. You used to watch the TV series.
That was awesome.
What's the age? I was
35.
35. I'm 29.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being.
No.
I had all those. I used to tape that CD show.
My baby.
Hot sauce, man.
Yeah,
that was my show.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't know that girls
The
have
professor, I love that dude.
Oh my God.
Yo, he has skills. Little white dude.
hot sauce and everything, yo. It's amazing.
You know what I mean?
But he pretty sure doesn't know that girls had hair between the legs before. Come on, man, he's young.
Yo, they ain't never ate no pussy before.
With his cute little brace face.
See, I told you. I get these dicks out, man.
Come on, man, we're fucking with tonight. But for real, man. As you say, LeVar Ball, I think he's a great father. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes though. Allegedly.
He's a great personal.
So this is my
personal motivator.
This is my only thing that smells fishy to me.
Yeah.
Almost everybody who plays professional
Fish can
basketball.
also between the legs.
Oh,
Shut up.
I'm sorry, no.
If it looks like cheese, it ain't good.
It smells like cheese. It's really bad. You gotta get out of there.
Oh shit!
No, but like almost every NBA player pretty much has a shoe deal. To what extent it is, I'm not sure. But for me, when the stories come out about how Nike, Adidas, Reebok, nobody wants to touch him with a 10-foot pole, to me that's more your dad is getting in the way of you getting a shoe deal because he's trying to negotiate some kind of insane deal more than you're just not good enough to actually get a shoe deal.
Then I think, you know what should happen? I think Lonzo Ball should do an interview alone and see what's up and see the real facts.
But that's just it. But he won't though. His dad will not. I'm guaranteeing you, his dad will not let him go alone and talk alone.
Then okay, then you should see next year how he plays.
Look, here's a scenario.
Yeah.
He enters the NBA.
Yeah.
Lonzo, he's good enough. He plays well. He's actually really good. Nike, Adidas, they start trying to give him offers. His father comes in, intervenes, tells him, no, we don't want anything. Because his dad said in an interview, he said, I will never do a partnership with Nike where I'm like a sub. You know what I mean? If he does something with Nike, he wants to do how Jordan did with Nike, where it's like its own brand and then he separates his own brand. He wants to get a lot of that profit himself.
Yeah, he wants a partnership like, say the name again. Steph Curry. He has equity in the shoes, so he's making a bunch of money.
He said he doesn't want that. What's going to happen is that they're going to keep offering money, and eventually the dad's going to cave in. LeVar's going to cave in, and he's going to say, okay, whatever.
He's trying to be. Listen, he's trying to be the Kanye West of basketball.
Isn't that bad?
It's not bad. It's not bad. But here's the thing, though. Kanye.
It's just corny.
But here's the difference. Kanye comes up with shoe designs on his own. Yeah. Kanye does the work to get all the shit in. Kanye is marketing himself in his shoes.
Yeah.
LeVar Ball is trying to market his son, who has not done anything yet.
And his son doesn't even talk.
And his son doesn't even say anything. The main other issue is that the more you start to big up your son and make him into something that whatever, he's going to have this thing on his head where the kid's going to have to score 25 points a game and get 10 rebounds consistently in his rookie season, or he's going to be a flop.
Hold up.
Wait, 2 seconds. Just real quick before you guys start again. Is Lonzo any good at ball though?
Yeah,
because I've never seen him.
He's amazing. He's good. He's amazing. The three sons are amazing. I don't think Lonzo is the best of the three.
Okay, there's three of them too.
There's three of them.
But he's the oldest.
There's the one in high school that's going to there's going to college next year in UCLA. There's one in high school that makes a lot of freaking points.
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. And there's Lonzo Ball.
Okay, shit.
All three of them are
they're actually okay.
No, they're actually beasts.
Because I've been wondering, I hear the name.
No.
But he's not just hyping, they actually have like
because at first
potential.
I was like, who the fuck are they now, right? But no, they are actually beasts, yo. The thing is that, first of all, Lonzo Ball is a point guard. Meaning he's not expected to do 25 points a game, but he's expected to make the other teammates better. Meaning, next year, if he goes to the Lakers, because everybody talks about the Lakers, he should make Ingram better, he should make this better, he should make this better. But he's not expected to have 25 points because he's not a shooting guard.
But even though, let's say,
so
let's say that he's supposed to get 15 dimes a game. He's supposed to get like 15 assists a game. Or something like that, 10 assists. Like if he doesn't show up, or let's say he's a turnover machine, and like he can't play at that level, because we see that time and time again where kids are like some of the best basketball players coming out of college, and then they just don't make it. You know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen?
Look, I'm saying this, okay? I believe in you, Lonzo Ball. I believe in you, and I hope LeVar Ball balls all his life.
But he can't go to LA though. D'Angelo Russell's already there. And he's a big diva already. You can't
guess what? D'Angelo Russell doesn't produce as much.
Oh no! I mean, personally, I think D'Angelo Russell with time could actually be a pretty good fucking point guard.
Yeah, but
he's shown some flashes of greatness.
But the thing is that there's a lot of talk that he might be drafted because now Magic Johnson is up there.
Yeah.
Who also beat AIDS. I'm just saying.
He's
up there. Yeah,
he is Magic. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure he's eating babies, but he's up there and he's very interesting to mold Lonzo Ball, and that would be awesome to see.
But his dad's gonna have to take a back seat because nobody's gonna.
Of course, I think his dad is. When he said legit, he said that when he's in the NBA, I'm not gonna coach him or anything. I can do nothing for that. I think he's going to back off. Honestly, he looks. Yeah, he's a bit of a diva, but I think he is honest also in what he's saying, and we'll see next year. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, his son has been up to here with his guidance, so I'm not gonna diss the man. He's been here for his son all his life, and I don't see why he won't succeed again in the next whatever.
I'm not dissing. I just find it weird. I just find it to be a peculiar situation.
It's like Michael Jackson with his dad and shit.
Exactly.
Like, that's some creepy stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
you know what I mean?
It's good to want the best for your family, but at the same time,
It's another thing to overtake.
It's almost obsessive. Like the way you talk about it, I haven't been following that much. But they made it though. Michael made it.
They made it. The only thing that's weird he
the whole family, but
he turned white and
That was vertigo. That's not on him, dude. Hey, shit happens.
Vertigo.
Vertigo. It's a skin disease for real. Like you get spotted, and maybe he just figured like, yo, talking about the Oreo, whatever, like this zebra, whatever you call that. What's black and whatever? Okay, black and white. What's black and white? A cow.
Yeah. Or zebra.
Instead of But I was looking for spots. Anyways, I had an image. But instead of looking like a zebra, he figured I'll just look like a fucking white horse. Cause both are weird. Maybe he just took a decision. That's my theory. Cause I had an aunt.
That's what it is. It
happened.
Vitiligo, and he just bleached his skin. His nose is because his dad used to make fun of his nose when he was a kid all the time. That's why he.
I mean, there's no doubt he hated his father.
Yeah, he hated his father. His dad was hating him all the time, and that's why he did his nose and everything. And
numerous people will come out and say that like he did not like his father.
Of course,
at all. And he the reason he got his face changed was because he used to see his dad in his face.
Oh, that's what
he wanted to remove. Like he wanted to get any semblance of his father away from him.
Perfect. Now let's keep talking. Pit bulls, because I know you're very expressive into that. The floor is yours, my man.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
I mean, let's put it this way. I'm not stupid. I understand not all dogs are deemed to be fit to like they can be around people and they can be around things. There are bad dogs just like there are bad people. My biggest issue, and the issue with this whole thing that they've passed with this BSL, which is a big fucking problem, is that
Sorry to cut you. What's the BSL again? It's a law or
breed-specific legislation?
Breed-specific legislation?
Yeah, which is stupid because it's not actually breed-specific legislation.
Breed-specific, okay. Yeah.
So, I'll start it from the beginning. So, somewhere around, I think it was when was that? I think that was last fall, something like that. A woman died, killed. I'm not sure. They still haven't talked about that in full extent of stuff.
By that, the lady that got eaten in her backyard.
Or whatever, got bit or whatever it was.
I heard,
By a dog. Anyway, so the whole thing was, after this happened, the first thing Coderre came in and said was that, these dogs are dangerous, we're going to get rid of these dogs, all this kind of stuff. And I still remember to this day, a reporter asked him and goes, do you have proof that this dog was a pit bull? Not at this moment, but we're sure it was a pit bull. Like every time someone asks him about proof, hardcore evidence, because you can do DNA tests. I've done DNA tests on my dog, I've done DNA tests on other people's dog. I've seen it done. I used to work for a vet. I know it exists. You can find out. And then when they asked him after the dog was euthanized, they asked him, do you still have evidence? He's like, no, the dog's been destroyed. It's like, dogs aren't destroyed. Dogs are put down and then they're left and then they get put in the incinerator. But the thing is, if the dog committed a crime, that means it's part of a whole investigation, which means you can't get rid of that animal. That animal is evidence. He has to be somewhere. And all of a sudden, the animal just disappeared. Not to mention also that the SPCA and Animal Services both got numerous calls about that one dog having issues. That was not the first time that happened with that dog. That dog bit somebody before. That dog got out before. The guy had called the SPCA to say that, like, I'm trying to control my dog, but my dog's crazy because the guy didn't walk the dog. And it's fine. Listen, all these things, it's a situation that's bad and it's terrible. I'm not taking anything away from this poor woman or her poor woman's family. But the situation is that the writing was on the wall that something bad was going to happen. And Animal Services had all the opportunities to go in there, remove the dog, do something with it, do something about it, and they didn't. The woman didn't do a damn thing about it. But then as soon as this shit happened, the first thing they did was turn around and say that we gotta ban all these dogs because all these dogs are killers, all these dogs are problems, all these dogs are gonna do some shit. And for me, it's a cover up because you didn't do your fucking job.
Yeah.
All you had to do was do your fucking job and that woman would still be alive. So now the current situation is they passed this breed-specific legislation that they call it, which is not breed-specific at all, because what it is it's a certain amount of distinctions in figures, like the head's a certain
big head,
size,
the muzzle, everything.
The muzzle, all this kind of shit.
Muscles, everything. And
but
it's
not even a DNA test.
It's not
really just
the
they
DNA.
look at
So
it and
because I have mixed dogs that are both of them are rescues. So, and my dog, personally, the one that I chose, looks like a pit bull, but there's no pit in him whatsoever. He's a boxer Airedale, but he's got a big head from the boxer, he's got a long snout from the Airedale, and he's got a big mouth. So he looks like a pit bull, but he's not a pit bull. So right there and then, I'm like, okay, well, it's fine, because when I was living in Lachine, they had a breed-specific legislation against pit bulls that said you can't have a pit bull and live in Lachine. So I got my DNA test to prove my dog was not a pit bull. And every time that the SPCA would come up to my door and be like, we heard you have pit bulls, I'd have to hold the paper out in front of them and be like, they're not pit bulls. See? They're not pit bulls. Okay, they're not pit bulls. But now that's not even good enough anymore. So now anybody who has a dog that even resembles a pit bull, then to me, that's like saying, you're black, you're a problem.
Yeah.
Is there an election soon coming up?
There's an election next November.
So you all know why all this shit's going down.
You know what I mean? Anyways.
Fucked up.
So it's a whole thing, man, where it's like there's a lot of people that I know, there's a lot of people that I've seen, there was demonstrations and stuff done, but the thing is that now I have, whenever I walk, and I'm not really even against this because I've dealt with dogs before in my life and I understand, but I gotta now walk down the street being a tall black man with dreads who is already imposing enough walking down the street with a bunch of white French people like around me, and I'm not stupid. I understand, and I know they don't automatically think racism, like I'm gonna do something bad.
For sure.
But I'm a fucking imposing figure. Like, I get it. I'm big.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If I see you drunk at night,
I'm switching sides.
You know what I mean? I understand this, and I'm fine with it. I'm a rational human being. I get it. But when I'm walking down the street with my dog, who's not gonna do anything to anybody, but he's got a muzzle on his face, holding out, looking like he's some kind of crazed animal that I'm holding on to, and I'm already imposing enough. How the fuck is that fair?
Yeah. Oh, you have to put a muzzle on?
You have to have a muzzle on his face now.
That's fucked up.
And for some reasons, I'm like, listen, if your dog is an issue, yes, you should put a muzzle on it. But
Just
the other day, so my girlfriend, she's white, 5'11", pretty tall girl, like not skinny but not fat, like she's a pretty good sized girl. She goes to the gym a lot. She's walking down the street with her dog, which is skinny black dog, same thing, kind of could look like a pit bull if you squint or something like that, whatever. This little Jack Russell Terrier, out of nowhere, darts out the fucking door of somebody's place, runs down the stairs, squeezes through this gate, and starts nipping at my dog. So now I'm in a situation where one, my dog can't protect itself because it's wearing a muzzle. Two, if my dog does bite that other dog in defense, do I lose my dog now because
probably,
that dog?
Bigger.
But your dog is small and tiny.
And so
now this is so how is this my fucking problem? Your dog left off your ground and now I can't protect. Not to mention, I also got that dog for my girl, so when she goes running at nighttime, that I know she's safe. That my dog will protect her. What is my dog gonna do now if she's running out and she has a fucking muzzle on? She's gonna fight off and attack her and pull the muzzle off at the same time? Like, there's a lot of gaps and roles, and I understand what they were trying to do with this whole situation, and I'm for people being safe. I don't want anybody not to be safe. But at the same time, it's not fair that thousands of dogs are gonna have to die just because they look a certain way.
They're gonna kill them off? They're not.
They have to, if they can't get rid of them, if they can't move them outside the city, they're going to euthanize them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, all
they're going to remove them.
That's fucked up.
Like, if you go to the SPCA now, it's almost like, my buddy went the other day because he was looking to adopt an animal. He's like, it is empty. Because all those dogs that were there, they've either tried to move them out of the city to hopefully get them, or they got euthanized. Like, I've worked for a vet, I know how it works, and it's the saddest fucking thing in the world to see a dog that doesn't have an opportunity. Already it's hard enough being a dog in the city that you already have like a 1 in umpteen chance. Now if you're a dog born to look a certain way, now you have these other fucking issues.
But this just screen all the owners, no? I think it would be a lengthy process, but...
The thing is, all those DNA tests and screening owners is a lengthy process they want to deal with.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing
but they should, because...
No, they should for sure, but that's why this is their solution. Just get rid of...
it's like putting a Band-Aid on the... Whatever.
Well, ending this on the side note, first of all, I want to take Fat for your place again. I want to take our guest, Blake, right there.
Thank
Smart
you, sir,
brother.
Blake. Yes, thanks for coming back. Come back.
Whenever you want me, I'm good.
Yeah, the space is yours and everything, and you know. So you want to put yourself over as someone?
Check me out at on Instagram by Trained by Blake. Work at Cisco Gym. Right now we're having a 28-day challenge. You sign up. We put you through an exhaustive process. We help you try to reach your fitness goals. We got a nutritionist on staff right now that we just hired. So we're trying to do big things, trying to make people fit, trying to make people happy. We got a lot of different kind of classes. I'm going to be starting an Olympic lifting class soon. My boy Jeremy's already doing kickboxing. We got some strength and conditioning. Regardless of whatever fitness level you're at right now, we want to get you and we want to help you reach your goals. It's cheap. It's only $59 a month for a membership. You get to do yoga, you get to do kickboxing, you get to do spinning classes, you get to do a lot of
functional center.
Exactly.
Nice.
We got turf, we got everything we need. We're doing big things. We're trying to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get fit. Yeah. So if you can, come on out, come say hi, come try it for a month, come try it for a week, come try it for a day, do whatever you got to do. We're sure once you come in there, you'll be happy.
And where's it located exactly?
On DeCary Boulevard, 8170 DeCary Boulevard in TMR.
Sick. You gotta get fit, man. Summer's coming over, you know? Yeah, but I mean, it's a life objective even, you know, fuck summer.
Shit, that's awesome, yo. And like I said, I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, brother.
And I say I'm not going to be here next week. Sadly, my grandfather will pass away. I heard that this morning. It's sad. But next week, the show will go on. And yeah, guys.
Yeah, please go follow us at the
SIDE MTL.
On Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
And like every week, you can piss on my face, but don't tell me it's rain. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Side out.